He was working at home when someone suddenly attacked him. The attacker had a clear target. He fired straight at his neck. The man thought he was as good as dead, but moments later, he realized it wasn't a bullet. It was something that looked like a syringe. Soon, his vision started to blur. Before he even had a chance to fight back, he passed out. Several hours later, he was awakened by a phone call. The man on the other end was a complete stranger, but somehow, he knew his name. Even stranger, the man discovered he was still inside his own house. He was completely unharmed. There were no signs of a robbery or a break-in. As a special forces soldier, he quickly figured out something was wrong. The attacker probably wasn't after him. He immediately rushed to his son's room, and just as he suspected, his son was gone. He searched every corner of the house, inside and out, but couldn't find him anywhere. Then the person on the phone finally revealed the truth. His son was being held captive in an abandoned warehouse, and above that warehouse was a pipe filled with deadly gas. The man on the phone told him, if he completed one task, his son would stay alive. It was obvious. This was a threat, but there was nothing he could do. Even knowing he was being manipulated, he had no choice but to obey. Following the instructions, he arrived at a warehouse near his home, but when he got there, he found a box that wasn't there before. Inside was a complete set of weapons and equipment. There were guns and ammunition, a bulletproof vest, and even a combat knife. A tiny camera had been attached to the vest. Then the warehouse door slowly opened. A black armored SUV was waiting outside, but with all this effort, there was no way they were giving him a gift. Sure enough, the moment he got into the vehicle, the other side had already programmed his route. Following the directions, he drove to the destination. It was a luxury hotel. The man on the phone told him that two major drug cartels were holding an alliance ceremony inside, and his mission was simple: kill everyone inside, and destroy their cooperation. The caller claimed those people were all ruthless killers, so even if he wiped them all out, he wouldn't be held responsible. Thinking about his son's life, the man grabbed a compact submachine gun, and walked straight into the hotel. There were no guards at the entrance, because the drug dealers inside were already completely drunk. They never expected someone to attack them at this moment. The man's strategy was simple: walk in, and start shooting. Most of the criminals were too drunk to react. In just a few seconds, he took down half of them. After that, he immediately found cover and hid, because he knew these criminals weren't ordinary people. Once they realized what happened, they would fight back with everything they had. But these guys had no real tactics. They charged forward like easy targets. Using the cover around him, and his smooth movements, the man quickly eliminated the remaining enemies. After finishing the job, he rushed back to the SUV, and sped away. He demanded that the other side keep their promise, and release his son. But he had no idea. The person controlling everything was actually a powerful drug lord himself. The reason he kidnapped his son was to force him to eliminate his rivals. Even if the man died, he would lose nothing, and nobody would ever trace it back to him. So very soon, he gave the man a second mission: kill another cartel leader. He knew the man's son was his biggest weakness, so he was certain the man would accept again. When the man entered the territory of the drug lord, he connected the camera